So I'm trying to bake one thing from the Great British Bake Off every week. This week I've decided to attack a Swiss roll and I am going to make it lemon flavoured. I've only ever made a Swiss roll once in my life, and it's when I was at cooking class when I was about 11 years old, so I'm really hoping that this goes smoother. I start off by putting some golden castor sugar and eggs into a bowl and whisking them until they are light and fluffy. I then have to fold in flour, caraway seeds and melted butter in really carefully so that you don't knock all of the air out of the mixture. I still feel like I overfolded mine a little bit because I couldn't get all the bits of flour out, but the sponge turned out okay in the end. Next, it's time to put all the mixture in a tin, and I cooked it at 180 degrees for about 12 minutes. I think it needed a little bit longer in the end. And while all of that was cooking, I started to make my filling, which was a mixture of lemon curd, mascarpone cream, and also some additional lemon curd on the top. This took absolutely ages to mix, and even then I didn't get it completely right. There were bits of lemon curd left within the mixture at the end, but I thought actually when I tasted it, this just added to the flavour and ended up being really delicious anyway. Before the sponge came out the oven, I lined some greaseproof paper with some more golden castor sugar so that when I laid the sponge on it and it was ready, the outside would have a thin coating of sugar, which is what makes a Swiss roll so amazing. It was tricky getting the roll away from the greaseproof paper because you have to do this part, the first fold, while the sponge is still fairly warm. Not hot, but warm, and I think I tried mine a little bit too early. But the sponge did come away from the greaseproof paper really well, and I kind of folded over the edges to try and make sure it was going to come out okay, and then move the rest off of the sponge, and it worked out well. Next, I created a small incision that didn't go all the way to the bottom, about 2 or 3 centimetres into the end of the sponge. This allowed me to fold it over and do the first roll, which is what you do before you put the filling in. So you roll it up, you let it cool, and this allows the roll to be more flexible for when you do put the filling in later, and it means that it is less likely to break when you do that final roll and roll up all the delicious filling inside of it. So we let the roll cool while it was folded, and next it was time to put the filling on top. As you can see, the mascarpone went on great, but the lemon curd looked a teeny bit messy, but in the end it was absolutely delicious, and we would definitely be making this again.